Buckle up, everybody. Michael Irvin's in town. NFL Network analyst and a Hall of Famer. Mike, always good to see you.
It was so nice seeing you and Rich together, too.
Yeah.
Back together again.
Yeah.
You know, and I was with you guys early on over at the Four Letter Network over there, you know, and to watch you guys back together again, it's just great. You both have your own show. I don't mind. I'm going to tell on Rich one day I had your hat on, Rich, you know, because you gave me that black hat with the Dan Patrick Show. Yeah. That, you know, it fit with what I had on that day coming through the airport, you know, hat down, and it said Dan Patrick. I walked in, Rich was like, did you just sit next to me with a Dan Patrick Show hat on?
Every year we have you on at the Super Bowl, and there's always, I don't know if it's drama, but there are memories that we have.
Yeah, we have fun stuff. We have fun times.
New Orleans was one of our favorite. It rained so hard in New Orleans, and Michael sat down, and all of a sudden our ceiling started to collapse a little bit. So it was like white sawdust that was on his jacket.
Oh my God!
And then Mike goes, Michael Irvin can't have white dust on his jacket. I cannot be seen like this.
This is not good.
Not good at all. And so we're trying to brush off this white substance on your jacket and going, oh boy, this isn't good.
Funny, man.
And then James Lofton has got an umbrella, and he brings an umbrella. He brings an umbrella over to you because it's raining. We didn't realize it was going to rain that hard that the ceiling was coming down on you.
And we've had some fun, Dad. Now, I'm going to tell you one I love was the one in Jacksonville. Was it Jacksonville? I think it was Jacksonville. When we went early, we got there early in the week, and we were there for a nice, at the spot, had a great little spot, nice function, and it was a bright, light, nice crowd. And then so Dan, we decided to go back to that spot later on in the week. And boy, it was a real dark crowd. And I said, dang.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We went to we went to a bar, and it was, the crowd was a little lighter, right?
I thought I said a light.
Yeah, it was
bright crowd.
Yeah. So then we decided we had a great time at this bar. So
had a great time.
We go back.
Let's go back.
And all of a sudden we walk in.
Well, nothing but the brothers in there this time. I said, okay, Dad.
And it was sort of like, you know, an Animal House. Otis, my man.
It was wide open. I told Dad, I said, don't worry, you're with me. You automatically get street cred. You're with me.
Oh, I know. I never left Mike's side. I was like, Mike, you stay right here. It was like he was my seeing eye dog. I was like, holding on for dear life. Do not leave him.
And I mean, you know, and there are levels when you hit the Brothers Club. You know, there's an upscale Brothers Club, and then there's not an upscale Brothers Club. And this was not the upscale Brothers Club. I mean, they were in there, gold T-cross here. You know, I was like, yeah, D. Yeah, this is a little different than the other night.
It did.
So stick close to it.
I said, is this the same bar we went into, Mike? I swear, you walk in and you go, that's not the same bar we went into five days ago.
That was so funny,
And I sat at the bar. I was like,
oh my God.
Like I just sat there. And Mike can't sit still. So I had my eye on Mike the whole time. Since, if somebody came in and said, what are you doing? Who are you with? And I'd be like, I'm with Mike. I'd be like with Mike. Oh, man.
Oh, that's the greatest stuff in the world,
I survived.
Yeah, we got out. No, honestly, though.
But the brothers loved
Dan. They loved Dan.
Yeah, we were fine.
They loved Dan. They really were. They were like, Dan, no, we love you, Dan. You're good. I said, Dan. I said, you good, buddy. They're good. They listen to you.
Who did we have on? Did we have Ice Cube on? When I said to Cube, I said, how would it go if I went into Compton? He goes, brother's got cable. You're cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was like, that was such a great answer. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back.
Did we get anything done in that
No, we did not. No. We'll come back. Michael is going to be on the NFL Network. 85 hours of coverage this week.
I thought more than that.
Oh, my gosh. You got 8.5 hours of game day morning.
For one game.
Super Bowl.
I don't understand how it goes on. I don't understand how the lesser the game, the more hours they build. And it's just what it is, I guess.
I don't want you to get in trouble here now.
No, I love it. I love it. I'm okay. As long as I'm on TV, I'm good.
Let's come back. We'll come back with Michael Irvin, the playmaker, right after this in the Dan Patrick Show. Michael Irvin, the playmaker, is with us. and basically starting their Super Bowl coverage when he gets off. It's 85 hours of Super Bowl coverage this week. By the way, I got one for you.
Can't beat it.
Cowboys have had 7 different Super Bowl MVPs all time, most of any team in football. There's Chuck Howley, and they gave it to the losing team. Chuck Howley played for the Cowboys when they lost to the Colts.
It's America's team.
Yeah, Roger Staubach, Harvey Martin, Randy White, Troy, Emmett, and then Larry Brown, your MVPs. Did you ever think that you deserved an MVP, Mike? Did Troy get an MVP that you should have gotten?
No, it worked out. I didn't hold up my end of the bargain in a couple of ways. You know, Troy won MVP. Well, we had the Super Bowl in Pasadena. He played at UCLA. We practiced at his field. I told Emmett, we can't get to Pensacola. So you know, the closest we got to Pensacola was Atlanta, and Emmett got MVP there. That third Super Bowl was in Miami. That should have been my Super Bowl MVP in Miami. But, of course, we go out in the championship game in 94, and we spot them 21 points, and then Dion, the guy we just talked about, pass interference that we didn't get a call.
You're still bothered by that.
I am still bothered by that. I told you this is the play I think about every day of my life, that play right there. So I should have gotten it in Miami, and then I thought I could have gotten it in Arizona, but they called back that touchdown. You know, so I think about that every day too. Larry Brown got my MVP. Larry Brown.
Neil O'Donnell helped.
Man, Larry Brown.
He hand-delivered that.
Yeah. You got don't take away Larry's greatness by saying Neil O'Donnell.
Wait, you just wanted to take away his greatness.
That's because I'm putting more greatness on it. That was me. I was putting more greatness on it. You guys are just taking away and just giving it to Neil O'Donnell.
What do you make of Jerry Rice saying that Jerry says that he's got 80 catches in his body?
Right now?
Yeah, he said he could help John
Yeah,
Gruden.
I believe that. I believe Jerry believes that. I believe he said that. I don't believe he can actually do it.
How many catches could Jerry Rice get if he lacked? I mean, I don't know how healthy he'd stay, but could Jerry Rice still play?
Jerry Rice could probably get out there and run a hitch against some zone coverage when everybody's off. But anybody that plays Jerry Rice right now is going. And Jerry's a phenomenal competitor. I'm telling you guys right now, he's a phenomenal competitor still to this day. But any one of these young cornerbacks, they're going to get up on him and press him and see how he can try, see if he can get a release. And
could you play now?
Oh, God, no. God, no. People always say, boy, you look like you still can play. I said, this is not functional. It just looks like this. Trust me, it can't run one route. You know
really?
what I mean? Oh, God, no. My body's not going for that.
What's wrong with you?
And I, unlike most of these guys, unlike Jerry and T.O. and Chad Ochocinco, I'm at peace with this. I know
but you got rings, Mike.
Yeah, I know it's over for me.
You got a Hall of Fame jacket.
Yeah, and I got old age, just like they have. That's why we're not playing, but they refuse
to buy
the third one.
Jerry's the most decorated wide receiver of all time.
The greatest ever. And very well, I saw Tom Brady. I don't see a greater football player than Jerry Rice.
Do you have a problem with people saying Brady's the greatest player of all time?
No, not anymore. Not anymore, because before it was Jerry Rice for me. But as Brady keeps stacking up championships the way he's doing it, you can't argue with the statement that he's the greatest player of all time. And you can't argue. You can't possibly give me any kind of argument that you knew a greater coach than Bill Belichick. And don't tell me about even nowadays what we're seeing with Golden State, because that's a collection of great talent all together and they're staying together. Bill Belichick has done this with numerous different players and just continue to put out the same thing. He's just the greatest ever. And Tom Brady is the greatest football player ever.
We brought this up probably a little less than 2 weeks ago, and that was Brady, if he wins his 6th title, could you put him in the category of most decorated team athletes with Jordan in the last 30 years? Like, would you have a different sport, obviously?
Yeah.
And we're not comparing athleticism. We're comparing results.
Right. And you can't compare athleticism.
No.
You know, because we still see that picture of Tom Brady at the combine in our head. Will always be stained in your brain forevermore.
That was a rough look. I mean? That was a rough look for Tom.
But that's what makes him great. I always say this. I measure men on distance travel. When you saw that body, there's no way you saw 6 championships in that body. You didn't see much of anything in that body. But for him to produce what he has produced and play at the level he has played at, it's incredible. It's incredible. All of us living should understand how blessed we are to be in this moment while he's doing what he's doing. And the answer is, I say yes to comparing him to Jordan in this sense. And I think what he's accomplished is much more difficult. You're talking about a whole bunch of more people that you have to stay in line with and stay adhered to get to win championships in football than you do in basketball. That's why LeBron James is going to 8-7 straight, because one player can almost get you there. In basketball, doesn't work that way in football.
But does a quarterback have to have a certain ego, an arrogance, like be a jerk? Kind of.
Well, I don't know that he has to be a jerk, but he has to, I believe, have the ability to lead and not in any way feel like he has to capitulate to others.
But was Troy ever a jerk?
No, I don't call him a jerk, but he didn't capitulate either. He wasn't giving, he was running the show.
But I mean,
he was running the show.
I say it out of respect that you kind of have to be that guy who has to be a bad guy, or I'm going to be the guy who says, Mike, shut up,
Right.
Somebody else was
he
open.
said that. He said that before in the huddle. Come on, Mike, shut up, let's go. Or one of the offensive linemen goes and complains to him. Michael's talking to my guy. He doesn't have to block that guy. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going at it with Reggie White and Mark Tourneur, somebody will say, hey, Michael, you're not going to block him one time during this game. Come on, leave him alone. Leave him alone, So they'll go to Troy to shut me up there, and Troy will pull me in.
What do you make of Dez Bryant and his future in Dallas? Because he's not a number one anymore. And he's too expensive to be a number 2, number 3 receiver.
You people, and I say you people in the greatest ways, not just you, Dan, but all the people in football, we get a hold of something sometimes, and we're like a dog with a bone. So right now, Dez Bryant is the bone, and everybody, listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Let that bone go. I went through this a couple years ago with all these Cowboy fans when they were wondering, we can let DeMarco Murray go. We can stop. You don't find number 1 receivers hanging off trees like leaves. So what you going to do? Let Dez go? Who you got to replace him? You think if they could find number 1 receivers, every team would have them littered. They would litter them. You don't find them this easily. And the Cowboys will be stupid
but
to
Mike,
let this boy go right now.
The reason why it's a bone for sports fans, it's because it's the Cowboys, and we expect Dez to be better because he's shown us he can be better. You got a great running game.
Yes.
You got a good quarterback. You got a great offensive line. Jason Witten, to me, it's tough for him to still be your starting tight end, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with Dez Bryant getting paid that as a number 1 guy. Then what goes along with that is you want your touches to prove you're a number 1 guy. Then you got issues there, Mike.
Yeah, but now listen, and you just said it. You know that Dez Bryant. You've seen what Dez Bryant could do. You've seen Dez Bryant put up 16 touchdowns in a season. Now he has a new quarterback who we have just given the old man tag to. It's like Dak has been around forever already playing football. And it's just his second year. He just finished his second year. And Dez has to bring Dak along. Tony Romo was something different. And Tony and I would talk about this sometimes. Tony knew, just how to handle a team's personality. He said, Mike, I would just sometimes go off read just to make sure I get the ball to Dez because I wanted his positive energy. These are things that a young Dak is going to learn as he continues the process down the road. But I'm telling you right now, guys, back up off 88 right now. And trust me, give it time. This was a tough year for the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody's talking about the thing that hung over their head all year long. It was a tough year. I say let's reload, shoot one more shot next year. Things don't go down. Then you start making changes.
All right, final minute. Tell me how Philadelphia wins.
Oh, man, that defense, if the defense plays like it's been playing lately, it's been incredible. I mean, it's incredible. Now I'm going to tell you guys something. Defensively, they've talked amongst each other, amongst themselves, and they're not going to tell Nick Foles, like, Nick, we don't think you can get it done. They'll say code words, because I remember those code words, when Troy wasn't playing, and Charles Haley would come and say, hey, man, we're going to be all right. I said, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. You know, I'm all hyped. We're going to be all right. Don't worry about it. We're good. He said, so you said we need to hold them under 14. I said, yeah, hold them under 14. That's how we're going to be all right. So that's the code that's going on. And the defense, you know, they're like, we can hold them under 14. And they have been holding everybody to under that. So they're basically saying, Nick, don't mess this up. You know, go get us 14, 17
Get us
points,
17.
and we'll win a game. But Nick put up some points last week against Minnesota. So as long as they keep that same mentality on defense, they got a shot.
Okay, if I said to you right now the Eagles score 24 points.
Do they win the game? Well, Tom Brady's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. That's a good part.
Mike, it's just it's a yes or no.
It's not guaranteed. I'm in the middle of this. I'm getting just plain kilt. Kilt.
How do you spell that?
Kilt. The K-I-L-T. Kilt.
Kilted.
On social media, because I said I'd rather the Eagles win one instead of the Patriots winning one more than us. And oh my God, people, they don't even care about, all they care about is that the Eagles never win a championship. That's all the Cowboy fans like, Michael, how dare you? I want to burn your jersey. I want to get, see, listen.
That is true.
I was the one paralyzed and they were clapping. Why are you getting mad at me? What are you talking about? I'm just talking about my Cowboys. I want them to have more Super Bowls
Could
than
you
anybody.
hear them applauding when you're down?
Oh, no, I could not.
And you think you're paralyzed on that turf.
Yeah, I couldn't hear him. I you know, and I was, my thoughts were a whole lot of places. Boy, like, man, God, I ain't gonna never, a lot of things down here ain't gonna never work again.
Yeah,
that's where I was.
Hey,
let me get up from here.
He's
That's
Michael Irvin, the Hall of Famer NFL Network analyst. And Sunday, 8.5-hour edition of NFL Game Day morning, and 85 hours of live Super Bowl coverage this week.
I wanted 88 hours.
Your number.
That thing up 3 more hours. Let's go 88.
Michael, thanks for stopping by. We'll take a break. We'll close up shop here on the Dan Patrick Show right after this.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.